just had a pretty wild travel day. Something's up with Google Maps. It like kept updating, put us on the wrong train, put us on the wrong bus. Took us way longer to get here than expected, cost more. But we made it from the Netherlands to our next country, and now we are in Belgium. We just made it to Antwerp. This is actually our second trip here. So we've been to Brussels and Bruges, but this trip we're going to see Antwerp because we're here. And then we're also going to head to Ghent, I'm hoping, for a day trip. But we're gonna show you around and just experience Belgium. Really quick, this is our Antwerp Airbnb studio. Alan says the bed is comfortable. We're gonna head out and explore Antwerp. We are in such an amazing location for it. Let me show you. Look at that. It opens up into like one of the most iconic sites, if not the most iconic site here. So this tower that we're right by is called the Cathedral of Our Lady, and it's just another big church. It's under restoration. We've really been striking out with that lately. But it's supposed to house a lot of cool paintings, and I guess it was the tallest structure in Europe for a couple hundred years.
You said the Low Countries.
The Low Countries, okay, not in Europe. Okay. I think the first thing that we're gonna do is go find a little cafe or something to go get some coffee and a little snack. We haven't really eaten anything, and we're staying by so many awesome looking restaurants. Like, they smell so good. Okay, let's try this coffee. Excellent coffee.
For €3.30.
Yeah, it's very good. Perfect fluffy milk, not bitter. And they had brown sugar outside, and the molasses just adds like a little something, man.
I'm glad you like your expensive coffee.
It was expensive coffee. Sorry. I think this is the best coffee I've had in Europe so far. It's really good. Save a little bit and go with pastries a la grocery store. Grocery stores here have pretty good
bread.
Yeah.
Not sure what a Boterkoek is, but
no.
It's just like a croissant in a different shape.
You know, Carrefour, that market we just went to, is like a French grocery chain. They have really good stuff. Boterkoeken. It does look like a croissant. It smells like a croissant. Tastes like a croissant. I draw a chocolate croissant. It's actually stuffed with chocolate. I thought it was just chocolate on the outside. Look at that.
Wow.
Like a soft chocolate. Delicious. But this is like almost like Nutella. Like it's definitely like a hazelnut chocolate. Want to try it?
Oh, okay.
Is that not genius? I get more trash cans that talk to me. I wasn't expecting that here.
We used to taking a page from Efteling.
Too funny.
We're going to the St. Anna Tunnel, which goes under the riverbed and has wooden escalators in it because it's really old.
Neat.
I know, I didn't even know escalators could be wooden.
Yeah, I didn't either. That's so weird. This tunnel seems awfully long. You said this goes under the river?
Yeah, 600 meters.
Wow, it's kind of scary.
I know.
What if it just like broke?
We'd drown.
Yeah, we would drown. We'd die.
Probably neat though, right?
It is pretty interesting. Can't say I've ever done it.
This is in the top attraction list in Antwerp. We're real cultural travelers.
What do you think of your first wooden escalator experience?
I don't know. It was an escalator.
It was exhilarating. It was an escalator, but wood. The escalator just let out, or the tunnel just let out on the opposite side of where we're staying. And it looks like the skyline's gonna be wonderful. So this right here is the Scheldt River, and this is why Antwerp became such a big city. It is an ideal river to have a port on, and this is where they did all their trade.
Right now we're at the Grote Markt, which was like the historic center of Antwerp back when they controlled something like 80% of the world's trade. So they have a very extravagant city hall from the 1500s, and these are the old guild halls. And it's kind of funny, right? You know, this used to be like the Wall Street of the world, and now there's a bunch of tourists sitting around drinking beer. Kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen to America in like, 500 years, right? Look at all those old buildings.
Love them. I actually really like the architecture here.
Yeah, me too.
It's really great.
This is Het Steen, the oldest building in all of Antwerp. It's a structure from like the 1100s or something used to protect against Viking invasion. It's mostly been torn down now and reused a bunch of times. It doesn't look like it used to, but it is still pretty cool. I do like this about Europe. There's like neat castles and stuff.
You can see where they kind of reconstructed or put in new construction rather, because there's a difference in the stonework. They also added on a Gothic wing, I think it said, later on.
Let's go get some tourist information.
Okay.
I love it. They have these slots on the doors for keys to catch them, for when you're in the dark or when you're drunk. Because they didn't have any electricity or clean drinking water. You had to drink beer all the time.
In the Middle Ages.
Yeah, in the Middle Ages.
It's a museum, but tickets are €7 a person. So I'm gonna skip it, but it looks like it takes you through the history of Antwerp, which is pretty cool. So in the castle, it says there's a panoramic view, but the entrance is blocked off, so this is the best we're getting.
We're headed to the hipster district called Het Islandia, which is where they put in this big new museum called the MAS Museum. Across the canal is the MAS, which is the big Antwerp arts building now. 9 stories of art. It's supposed to be the thing that sort of revitalized the district. So, like out the last window, we saw a bunch of old abandoned warehouse spaces, and that's what this was. It was kind of like a derelict, rundown part of town. And they put this art museum in, and it brought in hipsters.
If you do want to go to this museum, it's €12 per person, which I'd love to do, but maybe next time. There's really not that much in this neighborhood. I think we're gonna go try to find a antiques store type neighborhood. What was it called?
Oh, it's like a street where they sell antiques.
Yeah.
Supposed to be mildly interesting.
Yeah, probably more interesting than this. I mean, this is just kind of like modern. We didn't even see shops. So I don't know why maybe we're in the wrong area?
Maybe.
I don't know, but we're gonna go explore the next area.
the big shopping street. It's called Mier Street.
Oh, I thought it was, I thought we were going to an antique street. But
We
this
are.
is like a shopping district with modern stores.
Yes.
Got
This is their big outdoor mall, the big shopping zone.
It's really nice.
It is.
Like, look at this street.
Antwerp is known as the Diamond City because most of the world's uncut diamonds pass through here. So there's diamond stores everywhere.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few of them.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
It's something like 80% of all the uncut diamonds in the world pass through this little square mile we're in right now.
Interesting. I was like, really? You're taking us to the train station? Why? But wow. I think this might be the fanciest train station I've ever been in.
This is what going to the airport should have been like. We're gonna get falafel,
I love falafel, so
maybe, if we can find it.
if we can find it.
We keep promising them things, and then we don't follow through.
I do my best to like give you updates on what we're doing, and then
You know, we just end up eating at KFC because, like,
we've never done that. I like this sculpture with the brick blanket. It's kind of neat.
you know what it is?
No, I don't.
It's a children's story somebody in Belgium wrote about a kid and his dog, and nobody cared about it at all in Europe. And it took off in Japan, became really famous. So, you know, now the guy gets a statue written after.
Is he still alive?
I don't know, but now there's a statue after the book, but it's only because, you know, it was successful in Japan.
I see.
But, like, literally nobody else knows what it is, and that's why we have,
That.
no idea what it is, you know? Like, I don't know.
Ooh, and where we stayed, basically.
Yeah, it's got
I kind of like that.
Yeah, I think you should get that one. That's
Okay.
like the best one I've seen.
There's not very much in Antwerp. Another great one for the collection. Is this where we're going?
Yeah. So, this falafel shop called Falafel Top is supposed to be the best restaurant in the whole town. And really, when you look at it, it does look fantastic.
Yeah, it looks good. You really loaded it up with sauces.
Of course I did. I mean, what's a falafel without the sauce?
Best in town?
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like that chili pepper they gave us, because you can get a whole chili pepper and put it in there. It's fantastic. It's like they fire grilled it. It brings out that green chili, like, pop, which mixes really wonderfully with everything else. You gotta try it. It's super spicy.
That is delicious. This is really good.
You gotta get a bite with the chili pepper in it.
Is that the really spicy part?
Just give it a bite and find out.
I'm scared.
Come
this
on,
has
babe.
chili in it. Okay. Maybe we should have gotten two.
Maybe.
This is really delicious. Like,
I know, it's super good.
like a lot of things are like really good, but this is like up there.
I know. Spicy?
Why'd you do that to me? Seems like we've run into some sort of market. What did you think the street was called? Kloosterstraat. This might be Kloosterstraat. We're not positive since the street says something else.
I mean, we're definitely not on that street.
That was our time in Antwerp. Sorry for the sudden end. We started having some camera issues, so we were dealing with that. But we didn't really find much else. There really isn't much to do in Antwerp. It's like a nice, I think, day trip or two. But you don't really need much more than that to see it all. We did find like a pretty good pizza place, a red light district, which weren't totally expecting. It was on par with Amsterdam's, I think, less rowdy. We're going to our next city now. It's gonna be another one in Belgium, and we'll make a video on that soon. Thanks for watching.